Welcome back to the Grief Mentor podcast. This is your host, Teresa. We are just 2 days away from celebrating Thanksgiving 2025. We're going to continue in our series, but today may be one of the most important episodes in this series because I want to teach you something. You may be feeling a whole host of emotions right now that only another grieving heart understands. There may be some moments of warmth and moments where the holiday feels different than it used to. Not wrong, just different. And if you're wondering how to honor your child in the middle of all of that, you are in the right place today. I cannot wait to share this episode with you. Because honoring your child doesn't have to be heavy. You don't have to dread it. It can be meaningful, simple, and personal. A way of saying you're still part of us in a way that fits this season for your heart. Today we're going to talk about ways to bring your child's love into the traditions you keep, not by forcing it, but by creating space for the beauty of their life to shine through. If you're grieving the death of your child and you want the steps that lead to believing with confidence that life is still worth living, then you're in the right place. Hello, I'm Teresa, a grief mentor. That's been where you are, and I teach grieving moms like you how to navigate life after child loss. If you're ready to take a step of courage and build a solid foundation to live with hope and purpose, then I'm here to teach you how. Are you ready for what God has for you? Then I'm ready to teach you. I'm going to share 3 truths with you today to help honor your child through holiday traditions without pressure, without perfection, and without feeling like you have to, using air quotes here, pretend you're okay. Just simple, meaningful ways to let love have its place. Point number 1, honoring your child begins with permission. I have so much to say about this one. I'm going to take this point in 2 directions. The first one I want to talk about is to give yourself permission to say their name. Let's talk about this a minute, because this can be one of the hardest things for us to do. Say their name when we're at a gathering where other people are there. Maybe it's family, maybe it's friends, maybe it's a combination of both. And you feel restricted to say their name. I have so much to say about this, friend, because giving yourself permission to honor your child by saying their name is such freedom. Let me explain why. Often we feel so restricted. Our own inhibitions keep us from sharing them because we are not sure how that's going to be perceived in a gathering. Maybe your family is not the type of family that allows you to grieve openly. Or maybe your family doesn't invite grief because it doesn't feel good, and everybody wants to feel good during the holidays. But I want to help you change that perspective today. And here's how. Inside of the Grief Roadmap, one of the things I teach is how to honor your child. It doesn't feel natural after they're not here anymore. Somehow we have this mindset that if they're not physically here, that we can't share their life the way we used to. Oh, stick with me, friend. If this is how you feel, I have so much to say about this. Because one of the things I teach is not only how to honor your child, but why to honor your child. Friend, you are your child's legacy. The way people are going to remember your child is by your example. You might ask, well, I don't understand what you're talking about, Teresa. Well, let me give you an example. Andrew, my son, didn't live in my home when he went to heaven. So my story is, when Andrew went off to college, he did not live in my home. When I went to work or I went to gatherings where he wasn't there and people were talking about their kid, I talked about my kid. When Andrew got married and he lived in various places, as pilots do, as they're earning their next step, when I went to gatherings and I went to work or I spent time with friends, when they talked about their kid, I talk about my kid. He lives in heaven now. But all the memories that I have with my son still needs to be honored and still needs to be shared. And I'm giving you permission to do that today. When I go to work, to this day, when they're talking about their kid, regardless of what stage of life they're in, when they were a child, when they were a teenager, I had Andrew until he was 32 years old. I have a lot of memories there. So when people bring up their kid, I bring in my stories. I have done it so much that it is so natural for me. I don't hesitate for a minute. So how do I get you there? Maybe your child still lived in your home when they went to heaven, and their physical absence is so strong that you don't feel permission to share their life. Can I just ask you a question? Why? Is it your own inhibitions? Fear of how it's going to be perceived? Or have someone expressed to you, hey, we don't want to hear about your kid? Because I'm going to tell you something. I would be very surprised if somebody said to you, don't talk about your child in front of me. I would be very surprised if somebody said that to you. I understand the perceived expectations that we put on ourselves that we, quote, don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. But friend, listen, because it doesn't feel natural to continue to share your child's life after they're no longer physically here, I want to give you the stepping stone to be able to do that again. That's something we practice inside the Grief Roadmap. Not only do I teach you how to do it, I give you opportunities to practice it, because the more we practice it, the more comfortable it begins. And we practice it in the presence of those who get it, because they want to remember their child too. When we practice that way, it gives us confidence. So friend, I'm giving you permission when you go to that gathering in a couple of days, or maybe yours is on the weekend, whatever day you celebrate, I'm giving you permission to say their name, because here's why. The way you honor your child is the way you teach other people to honor your child. Oh, can I say that again? The way we honor our children gives others permission to do the same. If we talk about our child, they'll talk about our child. If we talk about the memories when all the family's together and you're reminiscing, maybe you're with family that you only see once a year, and the conversation goes like this. Hey, remember when, and the story goes on. Friend, I'm going to give you permission and pray that you have the courage to say, remember when, and tell a story about your child. Friend, the more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. I'm giving you permission today to talk about your kid at family gatherings. Don't worry about how they respond. They may be waiting to say your child's name till you say it. Maybe they're walking on eggshells because they know maybe this is your first holiday. Or maybe you're with some people that you haven't been with before on the holiday. And everyone has kind of got this unwritten code that they're living by. Don't say anything to upset them. Maybe they're waiting for you to share first. Friend, do it. I encourage you to do it. Pray about it. I know your heart might be beating very quickly, but it'll feel so good when you do it. Now, the second piece of this is giving yourself permission to do things differently this year. You see, the thing about traditions is because we do them every single year. And people in our life sometimes want that to continue. They want it to be the same way. But I'm giving you permission to do things a little differently this year. You're not required to carry the same traditions that you used to keep, because life for you is not the same. You're allowed to simplify. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to pause something that feels too tender right now and lean in to what Isaiah 43:19 says. For I'm about to do something new. I've already begun. Do you not see it? Sometimes it feels uncomfortable to start something new because you know your child is not going to be able to participate in it. But friend, I want you to see something. God is allowing a space for you to be able to try something new this holiday season. And He's going to be right there with you in it. He's not asking you to force old traditions into a different season of your life. He's inviting you to notice the gentle, quiet, new things that He's doing in your grief, even in the most fragile places. Sometimes honoring your child simply means saying, this year, we're going to do things in a way that my heart can handle. And those that really love you are going to understand that, friend. When you make your needs known, it allows your family to honor those. But friend, if you never make your needs known and you just expect them to somehow understand, everybody is going to be disappointed. Okay? Remember what I said. It can be meaningful, simple, and personal, just a way for you to say you are still very much a part of us. Point number 2, honoring your child is less about activity and more about the meaning behind it. You don't need an elaborate ritual or a perfectly planned moment. Sometimes the most meaningful ways to honor your child is the simplest ones. Maybe you have a table with a candle on it, with their picture next to it. Maybe you make their favorite dish and talk about it being their favorite dish. See, here's a lead in to say, this was my child's favorite dish and this is why. Then share a memory that goes along with that favorite dish. Maybe for your family, before you pray over the meal, you ask that everyone have a moment of silence. That's what I mean by simple. Whatever you do it in love. Do it in remembrance. Do it in the quiet strength that God gives you. Your child doesn't need a grand gesture to be honored. Your love is the honor. I'm just giving you permission to express it. Point number 3. Honoring your child is making space for love, not sadness to lead the way. So many times when I work with grieving moms, this is what I hear them say. I just don't want to be sad anymore. I just don't want to feel this pain anymore. I just want to find a way to enjoy my life again. Well, friend, that's a process. That's why I created the Grief Roadmap, because I take you through that process. And our group is just finishing up, and we've had the most wonderful time together during this period of the Grief Roadmap. So friend, maybe you came to the Grief Mentor workshop that we did in August and it just wasn't the right time for you to join. I encourage you to join that wait list. It's growing, and I'm praying over you right now because God is providing a way for you to be able to not be sad all the time, not live inside your pain, and be able to find a way to live with joy again. That's what the Grief Roadmap will do for you, friend. I encourage you to join that wait list. I haven't announced the date yet when the next group is going to start. That is still under prayer because I practice what I teach you. Those of you that follow me know that November is Andrew's Heaven Day, and so I've pulled back. I'm giving myself the permission to rest. Doing something a little different this year than we've ever done on Thanksgiving. Because even here, where I am 7 years later, I still need to do exactly what I teach you. By the way, Tony and I are releasing an episode on Andrew's anniversary date, and I can't wait to share that with you because I want you to be able to see the journey and the path of what it looks like to go from day 1 to year 7. I hope you tune in for that. Our third point is about making space for love to lead the way. This season will bring moments that tug on your heart, especially if it's your first. But honoring isn't about reliving the pain. Okay, it's about creating a small space for love to sit with you. Even Jesus honored those he loved. He paused. He noticed. He wept. He remembered. He is our example friend. John 14:27 says, I am leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. And it goes on to say that this is not the kind of peace that the world offers. You can honor your child friend in a way that protects your peace, in a way that reflects God's heart, the love you have for your child, the love that your child has for you. Love didn't end. Your story didn't end either. They're still your child. Their place in your family did not end, and neither did your connection to them. If today's conversation reminded you that you don't have to walk through this season alone, I would love to walk alongside you. I've extended the sale on the Grief Mentor sessions through December 15th. If you would like to come spend some time with me where we can get down into the nitty-gritty of your grief, friend, I invite you. I invite you to come into a space where nothing you say surprises me. I invite you to come into a space where I can teach you how loved you are, how compassionate God is, how much He loves you and your child. I can help you overcome those obstacles that are keeping you stuck. The fear, the guilt, the doubt, the worry. We'll walk through all of it, friend, especially the strongest place where the pain has a grip on your heart. We're going to get into the weeds of it. That's what we'll do in a Grief Mentor session. You can find that discount in my show notes, or if you're a Grief Mentor Insider, you will see that in your email as well. You'll also get my guide that I'm offering right now, Peace for the Holidays. It gives you a simple plan, a step-by-step plan to guide you not only for this holiday, for the rest of the year. If you need somebody to help you sort through that, friend, I'd be honored to meet you there. As you step into this holiday week, I want to remind you something so very important. You don't have to do things the way you always have. You don't have to be strong every minute. You don't have to carry the old traditions that break your heart. You don't have to get it right either. We are allowed to honor our children in ways that make us feel good, that are natural and peaceful and meaning to us. We've talked through a few of those things, but I want to remind you, maybe it's lighting a candle on a table next to their picture. Giving your guest, whether that be family or friends, an opportunity to pause. Maybe it's that memory that you're going to share around the table over food. Our love is so intertwined with food, is it not? Make sure you pray before the day starts. Whatever honoring looks like for you this year, God is in it with you. He's going to meet you right there in the messy middle of it all. And I pray that as you move through the holiday, that you feel the steady nearness of Jesus, gently guiding you toward peace that fits right now in this moment. You are loved. Your child is loved. And you are certainly not walking this road alone. And that's all I have for you today. So until next time, take care.